everybody. Welcome to Powaful Impact. This is me, SP. I am chilling with Miss Morgan. She joined us again today. Hey, Morgan.
Hey, SP.
And today we have the one, the only JR SWIFTZ.
Peace.
Yo.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Yo, you Jamaican. You should put him with the
You're here. A lot of mercy.
You know what?
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Appreciate y'all for having me. You know, like I've been seeing what y'all been doing. Even though I've been busy, but I've been seeing what y'all been doing. It's actually a wonderful thing that y'all doing for the hip hop culture. Y'all interviewing the right people, so I'm giving y'all flowers for sure. So
Thank you so much.
Continue doing what y'all doing.
It's so often we think that who is going to watch this with this 51-year-old woman.
Don't be like
Allegedly.
Who just has this mad love for hip hop and all things hip hop. And it means so much that you've come, and it means all of this means so much to me. I get so excited that my tongue gets tied. But I guess I'll start how I always start, because my daughter watches these shows, and she always wants to know where you from, and how does it impact the way that you make music.
Well, for those who don't know, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, from Eastern New York. I left New York '98 to go to VA. So I grew up in VA, but always was back and forth between Brooklyn to Virginia Beach, Newport News, the whole 757, and then now currently reside in Charlotte. So, I've been out here for a minute. Been out here, Charlotte, 14, 13 years, something like that. But how New York, Brooklyn especially, impacted me musically is like watching my father do his thing. And which was crazy. Having a conversation with him, he didn't think I was going to get into music. He's like, because he never heard me do anything musically until I think like years later. But yeah, it's definitely the grimy and greediness of East New York, especially where I grew up. I'm from Penwoman Projects. For those who know, people watching it. So growing up Penwoman projects, I seen a lot of things, and I think that's just impact my sound and what I make today. So, but it's a little bit of everything. It's soulful, or as well as gritty too. So, New York definitely impacted my sound, as well as Virginia too. That's where the soul coming in at, and experimentation and stuff like that. Yeah.
So moving to Carolina, where you live now, how does that sound impact your sound now?
I think being here, being around different people, the whole what's the word I'm looking for? Southern hospitality, a lot of soul, there's a lot of soul here in the Carolina. So, and then growing up listening to Knife Wonder as well, hearing the soul samples that he would chop, how he arranged, allowed me to just not only just be free producing, but just knowing what records to pick, and just I'm trying to channel the ancestors when I'm creating some of this music. So I think being around a lot of the Southern hospitality adds on to the grittiness of New York. So allows me to mesh it together.
How was it fitting in to living in a southern state? Because most people I hear this from, like New York. They call us slow because we just not in a hurry to get nowhere. We ain't in a hurry to do nothing. You know, it's hot. We ain't running around in this heat trying to get from one place to another in 15 seconds.
I'm gonna tell you, um, it was rough a little bit.
Yeah.
It was rough, not only because I had the best of both worlds, being from VA in New York,
Mm-hmm.
but really being somewhere where Southern, that's where I've seen the shift, and the people didn't really take. They don't. People down here really don't like Northerners, like especially from New York, because I guess a lot of us was telling them like, yo, y'all slow, y'all kinda behind, and all these different things, and they not really too fond of us. But I saw the blend in, and I don't really play with people intelligence and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just because I think and move the same way, like I'm not gonna judge you because your demographic. So
Mm-hmm.
it was definitely was a crazy transition though, but
Yeah, I know it's a transition.
it was crazy.
So when was the first time somebody said, "Well, bless your heart"?
Have I heard that? No, I haven't heard that. That's probably like maybe somebody a little bit older, but I haven't heard that. The craziest thing that blew my mind though, which was completely new to me.
Mm-hmm.
I heard somebody say like like beanies, like wearing a beanie. So
Mm-hmm.
in New York we call them like scullies. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? But he called it a toboggan. I was like,
What?
I was like, he was like, yo, I like your
The
toboggan.
Isn't
snowman.
that a sled? I thought a toboggan was a sled. How is
Yeah,
that a hat?
yeah. But he was like, yo, I like your toboggan. I'm like, yo, like, what are you talking about? Like, what is that? Because I'm like, yo, this my scully right here, or beanie. You know what I'm saying?
Beanie.
But
Hmm.
yeah, that threw me off. That definitely threw me off. I never heard that term before.
You
Even
got an
when,
upside down sled on your head. An upside down
yeah,
sled
like
on your head.
my man's now. Well, he said beanie and Scully too, but I had to ask him because he from down here. I was like, yo, what is a toboggan? He was like, oh, that's a hat, bro. That's threw me off all the way off, and that's the transition I was talking about too. Is the terminologies is different. The
And the
slangs is
slang.
Hmm.
different.
Yeah, I think it differs even across the southern states because uh, y'all call them scullies, we call them skull caps, they call them toboggans.
That word different.
Yeah, that one's different.
Mhm. Listen, but
Was there? I know you said people would like. We're talking about whether they talk to you like you're slow or like because you were living in the South. Did that like have like a huge impact on who you were collaborating with at the time?
huh? That's a great question. Um, no, I don't think it did. I think being young in the South, I think, how old was I when I moved out here? 18, I think it was 17, 18 when I moved out here. Um, I was trying to find my way. Like, who's
Mhm.
popping out here? Who can I work with? And crazy thing is, my sound wasn't what it is now. Which,
Right.
because what I was making then was more like Lex Luger, like Roscoe Dash, Waka
Mhm.
Flocka type stuff I was making at that time.
Is
So
that trap?
yeah, so that was like, I guess that was, yeah, that was trap. That was like
Mhm.
Shawty Red. That was who else? Zaytoven and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
I was just trying to find my way, and I ended up linking with a few good people. I'm still cool to this day. Actually, my homie Phils just actually hit me up. It was like, yo, do you want to perform? I perform here a lot too. He was like, you want to perform next month? I was like, yeah, for sure, bro. Like, why not? So I performed here, I think like 4 times. It's been dope experience, like every time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
They're
yeah.
pretty welcoming every time.
Hmm?
They're pretty welcoming every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I first because I went back to VA. So when I went back 2016, then I came back and I performed. Um, I was outside. It was this. What's the name of the club? It was a bar called Snug Harbor, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people come through. Like recently, well, recently for me, Bodie James came out. He was there one time. Elza was there. Skyzoo, I think, was there. Shayna War, so on and so forth. A lot of people was there
Mm-hmm.
that performed. But back then, when I performed, it's outside, inside. I was outside, and some people perform inside. Now, and I was getting busy. Like I gotta find a clip, and I'm gonna post it. I was getting busy. I had a crazy set. I had this crazy brandy flip that I did, and everybody was like, "Yo, who is this?" And
Mm-hmm.
shout out to my bro Phils because he recorded it, and you can hear the dude action. I'm like, "Who is that?" He's like, "Oh yeah, that's my boy JR SWIFTZ." So that was fire. So yeah, they was welcoming for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. Did you find that it was important to make music that you could dance to in the South more so than stuff you could just bob your head to?
Um, well, I mean, I think I was trying to make, I guess, a transition too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was still growing. I was still growing as a producer. I was trying to find like what sound I wanted to do, like what was fitting to me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I got stuff that people still could vibe to. I
Yeah.
got stuff you just like, that's me, that's crazy. And I got stuff that's like something completely different. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I I think at that particular time it was just what I was just playing. I had a brandy flip. I had other stuff too. Just when
Mm-hmm.
I make music for self, but it's just the vibe y'all may be able to just enjoy. So it's a little bit for
Mm-hmm.
everybody. Like you might just want to dance, you might just want to have fun, or you just I want to hear something crazy. I just you want to make that face. So I just make music just for people to enjoy. So you know.
So let me ask you, what was it like? What was it like growing up in the household with a
Mm,
father who is also a producer
mm,
or in the music industry?
mm. Um, it was smooth. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I said shout out to A1. So um, my pops and A1 they always used to work all of the time. They all used to work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I would get my inspiration from. Like I would just hear, like I might be in my room with my cousins and my homie. Like we had our own little group, and
Mm-hmm.
I would be engineering, recording, making beats. This is like when I first started, so I was like 13. But I would hear my pops recording A1 in his room, well, my
Mm-hmm.
father's room. They was, doing their thing. That's why I would get inspired, like, or nah, like, I'm definitely gonna do the music for sure. So it was a dope experience, even growing up, like in New York. He used to have me around a lot of different people from
Mm-hmm.
Coogee Rap, AZ. I seen AZ, I done seen
Wow.
Coogee Rap, I done seen mention somebody, I seen Flavor Flav, I done seen
Buster Rhymes.
Busta
Okay.
Rhymes. Um, Apparently Buckshot came through the crib when I was
Mm.
young. I was like 5 or something. Oh, Pat
Powerful
Poos.
Impact. Boom.
Yeah, can't forget Pat Poos.
Yeah.
At all. Yeah, a lot of people. So my pops definitely had me around a lot of people. So
That's like family, right? Papoose, you.
yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
So what was one of your most memorable moments growing up in that kind of environment?
Seeing Busta Rhymes for real, like, cause this is the time when he was like dumb skinny, he had the
Mm-hmm.
locks, and he might have been recording Extinction Level Event. Could be wrong, but
Mm.
it's around our time period, so it might have been that.
98.
Yeah, it
98.
was around. It was around there, so it might have been for that album. And I was like, yo, kind of starstruck. I should have took a picture. So
Yeah.
I was a kid, and
I,
yeah.
yeah, I was gonna ask you that, considering the household you grew up in, how often are you still starstruck?
Um, I think as a 30-year-old man, um, they regular people just with money. So I mean, the only time I got kind of starstruck, well, I say twice. Um, like Elzar is probably my favorite MC.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was making like I had my beat making videos and I have them
Mm-hmm.
on the gram. And I sent it. I sent one to him. I didn't think he was gonna open the DM. He opened the DM, listened to the beat. And he was like, "Yo, this is fire. This is crazy." And he just started going through my whole page and was like, "Yo, all of these is fire." And we ended up working. Um, after that, but he gave me his number once he heard some of the beats. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "What?" So I was starstruck then, a little bit, and then probably I really just when I was linking up with Wes, like, because I didn't think that would happen because
Yeah.
I went to a Griselda show here in Charlotte,
Mm-hmm.
2017, I think it was. He was on tour with the Locks, and
Mm-hmm.
then just by some chance, I get my first placement with him the year after. So 2018, I got my first placement. That was with Westside Gun, and then now having a relationship and building with him and seeing this man, like, being to his house and him showing mad love. That's still
Mm-hmm.
surreal to me. I still haven't really owned that. Because I'm like, damn, like, bro, I was just at your show with my homies, and he was like, yo, this is fire, crazy event. At the time, I think he was still building his name with Khan and Benny. To now, like, I could text him, yo, you good, you right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still different. I still haven't, I guess, accept that yet. Still crazy.
Fully processed it.
Right.
Fully
Yeah,
processed it.
fully processed for sure. Crazy.
Has that like opened up a whole bunch of other like doors for you working with him?
Yeah, for sure. Um,
Don't you hear that money machine? I'm playing.
nah, from from West to Flea Lord,
Mm.
from Flea Lord to Conway, and then working with them. Benny hit me up, but we haven't worked yet. But just him reaching out, to me and Pat finally working. So me
Mm.
and Sky Zoo. But I knew Sky Zoo for a minute though, but
Right.
finally
Mm-hmm.
working. Um, and then randomly out of the blue, Juicy J hit me up.
Oh,
So I was like,
okay then.
When was that? When
yeah,
was that, JR?
yeah, that was last year actually. That was recent. That was
Mm.
last year.
Jeez. Before the
And
battle or the verses? That was
I gotta look at
those
the
verses?
I gotta look at the DM. It was maybe the middle of last year, but it was random
Wow.
because I know what type of music he does. I respect, like, bro is a legend, but I was like, huh? Because it was this whole artist 360 thing that was going on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, I could get you on if you pay for this playlist, and I thought it
Oh
was one of
wow.
those. Yeah, I thought it was one of those things. And turns out it wasn't. He was like, nah, because at first, yo, word is bond. I wasn't going to answer the DM at first. So I hit up A1. I was like, yo, bro, like, yo, Juicy J hit me up, bro, but I don't know if this is really him. So, and I hit up somebody else, and she was like, yo, just open it. You never know. And I just did. I respond, and yeah, he gave me his number and hit me on FaceTime. And I was like, oh, so this is real. Got you. So yeah, um, that was crazy too. I'm like, man, this is a Grammy nominated producer, artist. Then he win an Oscar too. Then he get an Oscar for Hustle and Flow. My man is successful. So
Yeah.
um yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, it definitely opened up a lot of doors for sure.
Are there any other like dream collaborations?
Yeah, I want a Drake placement. I want to work with Tory Lanez. I want to work with Young and May.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Um, I want to work with Kendrick, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Cole.
Mm.
I'm trying to think. I wrote a list down. Banks. They would want a Lloyd Banks placement. Yeah, it's definitely. But like the goats, Kendrick, Cole, um, Young and May, Tory Lanez. Yeah, sure.
When you're making something, do you have like them in mind? Like are you thinking about some of those dream collaborations when you're making beats and things to
Crazy enough, no, I
really?
don't. I just create. I like being free flowing. Like somebody else asked me that too. It wasn't an interview, but they was like, "Yo, did you just have somebody in mind when you create music?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think about people when I'm just creating music. I just create music. It's for me. It's my therapy." So,
I
but
mean, it's the point of like when you're done, do you ever like think like, oh, I could hear this person on it or this person on it?
that I do. I do that. I'm like, you know what? I can hear some of such on here. So yeah, after the fact, after I'm finished, but yes, I do that. But to say, yo, I'm about to just craft something for X, Y, and Z. Unless I'm like in their space, like I did that for West for Hitler 8. But a lot of times, no. Like I hear I can hear somebody on a joint, and I just send it, try to send it to them. I try to get artists out of their comfort zone. That's why I don't create with an artist in mind. I was okay. I think you sound fire on this. Let me send you this.
Sort of challenge them, yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of artists need to be challenged. So that's what I'm here to do.
I have a question here regarding Elza. Like, how did I know that's a little because that's a complete project. I love that project, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man. Got to get your flowers on there. Everybody, pick up the LPs, vinyls. When it's with him now, and you have your stash, or I don't know if I'm asking for too much sauce here. You can plead the fifth, and you give him a stash of beats or whatever it is. Do you then start to create according to where this is going, and now I'm tailoring it to him, or is that not the process? And it's up to you if you want to answer.
Nah. I did a little bit of both, honestly. Some joints, majority of them joints was already made. I'm trying to think like Hot Winter Cold Summer was already made. Um, Damn, might be the whole joint. I don't think nothing I created from scratch.
Because to me, when I listen to that album, it does have a flow, and it does sound like it was made for him. But I don't know if that's the production, the mixing, the sequencing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what does that, but to me, it does sound like it's like a collaboration between the two of you, like East meets. Here we go, Midwest versus East. Let's do it. Not verse, but coming together. Sounds
Yeah.
like a chemistry there.
Nah, it was a little bit it was a little bit of like going back and forth, a lot of conversations. Like I was telling him that you probably worse than me as far as like being a perfectionist with the craft because um just imagine, right? Because there's a lot of songs that didn't make the album. So just imagine, let's say 30 beats, right? Sent this man about 30 beats, 15 got recorded, I think what 12 made the album, 10, 12 made the album, 11. Just imagine what out of them 30, 15 of those I had to speed up the tempo 3 different times or 2 different times. So once one beat may be at 82 BPM, then the next one might be like 84. So I'm doing that for every joint that I sent him. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, bro. Like, but I understand what he was doing. He was trying to create a flow, a bounce, and that made me think differently when I'm approaching my beats now. So when I'm creating a beat and I'm usually at a certain BPM, I try to speed it up to get a different bounce, a different feel. Just because of him doing that, I'm like, okay, I can approach my music this way now. So shout out to L because man, and he said in his interview with with shoes, with house shoes, he was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of put him through it, but I appreciate it. Now it made me think my approach with production. That was crazy.
SP, you're muted. There you go. Oh,
So going back to your father.
Um,
What's some of the advantages and disadvantages of having a parent that's in the same business as you?
um, Arguing back and forth about who's the best. And him and I both know I'm the top dog. Like, what you mean? I'm the top dog. Like, cause I mean, with anything, there's gonna be somebody better than you, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we got the OGs. They paved the way. Then the
Mm-hmm.
dudes that came after them, they they're gonna be better than the dudes that back in the day because newer technology. You learn more. You learn to do different things, better equipment, and the same after that. So we figured we started making beats in the 80s. The dudes in the 90s gonna be better than the dudes in the 80s. The 2000s gonna be better than the 90s, so on and so forth, because technology is advancing. So I'm learning more. I'm learning how to do different
Mm-hmm.
things. Able to collab or learn from a different producer that I may feel is better than me, and vice versa. So yeah, like I don't take nothing away because he showed me the game, but that's just like 50-year-old Jordan trying to come out here with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Or no, I can't even say I can say LeBron, but it's like Jordan trying to come out here on the court and guard Ja Morant or something like that. Like it's not gonna be a good look. So um, he stay in his lane, I stay in my lane.
is he pretty encouraging though? Like, I mean, to help you challenge your own art.
Um, yeah, I would say that. I would say he definitely encouraged. Um, it was just I think surprising to him that he didn't think I would be doing music because I never really spoke about music. So he tried to be
Mm-hmm.
encouraging as much as possible. Like just keep doing you.
Mm-hmm. Do you so I think about it a little different when
Mm,
I hear the newer technology and all of that stuff. I was
mm,
like, man, stuff has progressed so far. But when I think back to the 80s and think about the sounds that they made with a tin can and a rubber band, I'm like,
But
It's amazing.
yeah, but it's crazy. I respect them though because imagine having like a SP 1200 with I think 10 seconds of sample time. I'm like, bro, what can I do with that? Knowing I got a drum machine right here in front of me that I could dump I put whole albums in here. I could put a 40-minute album into my drum machine, scan through, see what I want to use, and then chop it up like that. You can't do that on no SP 1200, no ASR 10. You can't do none of that on those drum machines. You have a limited time to get busy, do what you will with that. So I feel like having limitations make you a lot more creative though.
Mm-hmm.
And having what we have now can make you lazy. So
Mm-hmm.
I try to combine both. I try to challenge myself to be limited as well as I'm out to be free. I'm out to do whatever I want. But I think that's why I have two programs I use. I have my drum machine that I use, and I've used another program, and I try to be limited. I try to limit myself on the MP. No, I could do a lot on it, but I try to limit myself as far as the workflow on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then do whatever I want free will on my other equipment that I use.
See, I always think they had 5 minutes, 20, 30 seconds of record time. They just yell out the window, "Bouquet, bring the drum down here."
Now, what's crazy though is that
Boom.
with recording, um, what they would do, I think they would either speed up the sample. I think they would speed up the sample and then
Yes, you
bring
got
it
it.
back down. So if they find like a small piece, they're like, "Yo, this is fire right here." They speed it up, then into the machine, and then they start to pitch it back down. So that way they can have more sampling time. I think that's crazy, but you got to think, um, too. Dang, I lost my train. Lost my
It
train of
forced
thought.
it forced them to be more creative. That's what I was thinking when you
Yeah,
were
Yeah.
answering the question before. I
yeah,
I, I I know that there were limitations, but I think it really what they say necessity is the invention. Oh, here I go now. I can't get this. Necessity
right,
is the invention of what is it, creativity or creation. I think that it
right,
forced them to make just like with reggae music or dance. I was like, man, we ain't got much. Like she said, a rubber band and a tin can. It's like we gotta make this joint sound heavy. And you know them reggae with
right,
the boom, 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 boom. Meanwhile, then you go to see the studio and you're like, this little Matchbox BS studio made Ting-a-Ling or whatever big song by
yeah,
Shot. And you're like, and then you see Platinum Plaques and you're like, they did not record this in here. And they're like, yeah, Shabo Ranks was right in there. And you're like, that's just the size of my closet. Anyway.
but that's what I'm saying though. Like, if you go and look at some classics that was made on the 1200, right? Like Flavor in Your Ear, right? That's one of my
Yeah.
favorite joints.
Easy Mo B.
He's on big is crazy. SB 1200, but it's not a lot going on. It's just then, but it's the essence, right? That the essence of that beat alone, yo, I'm about to go throw on. I don't got no hair, but I'm about to go throw on a do rag, a hat, a big goose, jeans, mad baggy Tims, and just feel like you know what I'm saying. This is just the essence that I love and enjoy. Same with P Rock with damn, the word is yours, right? Was it word is yours? Um,
The Nas joint.
yeah, yeah, it was that joint. 'Cause he was showing how he did it. He had different banks he was going through, and
That piano
that
loop
was
is crazy.
crazy. So I'm like, damn, he did that on that. Especially like now, you can make that be in like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You can make that be in like 5 minutes. But it's gonna not have that same character as it did with the old drum machines. You got to think it's analog. The machine's old as hell. Um,
The warmth is missing now.
the
Some
warmth, the warmth is not gonna be there. The drums is not gonna be as punchy. The bass line is not gonna be as thick as it needs to be. It's a lot of imperfections with those, a lot of productions from back in the day. So that's why
Yeah.
now when I create music, I don't quantize. I try to make my drums dirty and dusty as possible. It's not gonna be as low end heavy as the drums from back in the day, but it's gonna be damn near close. Like you listen to a lot of the old tribe stuff and all of that. It's some of the low end, extra low end that's added into the drum. That's why they sound the way that they sound. You could kind of emulate that now, but it's not gonna be the same.
I can't lie, I miss those drums. My southern miss that boom boom boom,
knock,
Mhm.
knock in the trunk.
Right,
shattering the windows of people as we ride down the road.
right, exactly. It's hard to get that now because everything is. I feel like over here in America, at least, things
Mm,
is advancing so fast. Over there, maybe in the UK, they still use a lot of the old school
mhm,
equipment. We do here in the States, but you gotta be a purist or um you come from that era and you don't mind that slow ass workflow. So
yeah,
it is
I
what it
can't
is.
lie. Every car I buy, I test the system with everlasting bass. Every car I buy, that's the first song I play.
Mhm.
Because if it can project that sound like I'm used to hearing it, then I'll be like, okay, I can get this car.
Fire.
That's all the criteria I require in a car is that you make everlasting bass sound like it sounded when I heard it the first time.
Mm, that's fire. Well, that's
I had a question. Now I totally forgot it. But let me ask another one. I had a question about production. I totally forgot. Now I'm gonna ask a different question. My bad. Um, so when it comes to like the production, do you think that the new produce? Oh, now shit. Hold up. Sorry, I know this is gonna be a piss poor. Sorry, SP. You're gonna have to edit this. I'm sorry. Let me start up again. Stop. Stop. JR, do you
mm,
think that with mixing and stuff like that, right? Like, because that was a major part of these records, like you were talking about with Tribe Called Quest. What's that guy, Bob Power, whatever? He was like the major mixer on that. And you got Cypress Hill and certain engineers and all of that. Now, when it's more of a one man show, so to speak, right? And bedroom productions, in your palm, whatever. Do you think that that takes away from the overall sound of it? Not so many hands being on it, not so many quote unquote specialists. Like I specialize in engineering, I record vocals. I specialize in the mixing. I specialize in the. Do you think that changes having less cooks in the kitchen, so to speak?
yeah. The reason why it changes now in today's modern music is because um when a lot of people hands is in a pot as far as like mixing and you get the record back, it doesn't sound the way you envision. So if I'm sending you stems, let's say they back in the day, right? I send my man the mix, whoever I'm working with, send you the mix, the stems and everything. And you know how you envision it sounding. You're like, all right. And you get that record back, and you like, damn, my cake has no ass. Like, there's no low end, the snare, paper thin. Like, it's,
That's the quote of the day.
yeah, you know, we use these tools for a certain reason. Hip hop is supposed to be imperfection. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like these equipments was never made for us. NPCs was really for dance producers like technos and stuff like that. It was really made for them. But we
Club and
took
house.
yeah, but we took it, it was like, nah, I like the sound of this. We about to get crazy. So that's why we have what we have today with the dirty sound and stuff. But going back to the mixing, I send you a record, my beat, and it's trash. Nah, you can't put that out. You gotta find somebody else, or I'm gonna have to mix it myself. That's why now I try to be a man of my word, and yo, I'm not sending you no stems. Or if it's like, if I do bend on my word, let me hear you mixing. Let me hear what you got, bro. Nah, that ain't it. Oh God, my man's can mix this, and I could say I have a dedicated engineer. My homie that I know since being out here for a minute, that I met 2011, he mixes my stuff. I feel comfortable with him mixing it, or I might have my man Chase Moore I mix my stuff, but dedicated, I send it to my man Soup because he know my sound and he understands it. So, but um, now producers are mixing their own because they know what type of sound that they're going for. Same for myself, like if I'm using dusty ass drums, if I'm going for a dusty sound, I don't want you to clean it up. I don't want you to take crazy low end out and boost the mids and the highs and make it sound clean. Nah, I want my sound like this. If there's really no highs in my beat, that's for the vocals. The vocals supposed to be for the mids and highs. But add highs to my beat as a whole, then where the vocals are gonna sit anyway. I might add some high end on the snares, but my kick is sitting a certain way with my bass. Like I'm doing the technical stuff. I'm trying to have the kick and bass relationship a certain way. I'm trying to have a certain sound. So you're gonna have a whole lot more producers mixing their own stuff because they know what sound that they're going for. So
How would I know you mentioned it before a little bit about the grimy sort of, but how would you like describe like your sound? Like I know you said you had a sound like envision how it's going to be, but how would you describe it to somebody else, like if they're unfamiliar with your stuff?
um it's kind of hard to like if I'm telling an engineer because a lot of engineers are school trained, right? Some are school trained, some is
Textbook.
uh, yeah, like school trained textbook, and others like y'all learn from somebody. So you
Mm-hmm.
might have somebody who's like, I went to school for this, I know what I'm talking about. And a lot of engineers are like that. I went to school for this, I know what I'm talking about. Then you have like, even though I don't know his background, he could have went to school, but like Mike Dean, right? Mike
Mm-hmm.
Dean, crazy engineer. Didn't know he mixed a lot of early Kanye stuff. Blew my mind. Didn't know that. But he's known for like the crazy 808s from Travis Scott stuff. Like the 808s be so crazy. Like then they're distorted. But I like how he mixes. A textbook school engineer would be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he's hella wrong. He's wrong. But
Like
you
following
have
a formula instead of like how
right,
it feels.
right. I'm going off of feel. You can't teach that. You can't teach
Right.
a feeling. I can't teach you how to feel what I'm feeling. So I rather just do this myself and mix best way possible. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, my sound is kind of hard to tell to somebody else. You know, unless they've been mixing a while and somebody that I'm kind of familiar with. Like I would let Eddie Sancho mix all my stuff. I would let Young Guru mix my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um trying to think. what else that was fire? Um, and the engineer who mixed "Beg for Mercy," the Gina album, I forgot his name, but shit, even Mike Dean, I let Mike Dean mix my album too. So, but Bow Power too. Bow Power is fire, but that's what I'm going like clean because he mixed "The Light" by Common. That was cool, but that's pristine, clean mix. I want something like grimy, so I'm probably gonna go to Guru or Eddie Sancho for that. So,
I thought you were gonna say like Mad Lib.
but as
No,
far as
on the
like,
list.
as far as
I'm
like
just
mixing,
playing. I'm playing. Yeah, I'm playing. I love it, but a lot of people are bashing that new Black Star. I love it, but people are like, what kind of mixing is that with that lo-fi song? I'm like, yo, I listen to
man,
both. So some people like that. Like I like that, and I break
Yeah.
speakers, and I like that. I bust speakers in my car and have to change them. I'm like, yo, I still love this lo-fi. I don't care, even if it's distorted. But that's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't heard it. We could talk about that later. Damn, it's okay. We'll talk about that in a minute because I'm interested to hear
Well,
y'all.
the 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 good thing is nobody is making music for everybody.
Yeah,
So some things ain't for them. Go
yeah,
sit in the
Yeah.
corner.
Because even on the Black Star, sorry, my bad. Even on the Black Star album, like some of the vocals are definitely different levels. You could tell like things are choppy. Talib claims he took hours and weeks and months to mix it. It was him holding it up. Really, one, it was about the distribution for the money, but then it was also two, like I want a certain sound. Then it comes out and everybody's like, "Why does this thing sound like this?" But I love it. I love
I
getting
love that kind of
yeah, it's
funky,
unorthodox.
distorted. Um,
That's the right word. Distorted.
yeah,
Lo-fi.
I
Blue does
love
it.
that. Those are the kind because those are the kind of sounds that I'm used to hearing. You know, UGK making music in the bathroom with a mattress up. That's the kind of shit you gonna get.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Cheap
That's the kind of stuff
microphones.
I love.
right? Like, I don't like if I'm making an album, which I mean, I am making an album, but I don't want something clean. Like,
Mm-mm.
I like imperfections. I want to hear you rap. You're somebody. You know what I mean? You're hey yo. I'm trying to hear that in the background. You know what I'm saying? Go
Yeah,
listen to um Fantastic Volume 1, Slum Village. That's no
Fire. Fire.
yeah,
dirty,
Yeah.
yeah.
super duper dirty. But
Hmm.
it's the
The
essence.
feeling, like you said, that feeling is there.
It's the feeling. It's like, yo, this drink crazily unmixed, but you vibing to it. You know the album front to back because um the vibe. Like I'm a big vibe person. If I can create and be free with the vibe, then I'm probably gonna put it down and let somebody else, handle that. But albums like that creates a certain feeling. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
There's a place for everything. Like if I want something crazy clean, yo, let me holler at Bob Power. Let me holler at Dre. You know what I'm saying? Let me go
Hmm.
get my drink really polished. I'm not usually going for that sound. I want kind of imperfections.
Hmm.
Still good enough though. I want it to be audible, but um yeah, I'm going for a certain sound. I don't need nothing clean. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's that sound like you remember they used to have the microphone attached. They used to have the microphone attached to the speaker with.
You talking about that
Jeez.
Fisher Price thing? Fisher Price.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of an echo in the back.
Mhm. I do. I remember that. And that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
music, music is supposed to be fun. You see what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to be enjoyable. Like, like I said, the most fun I probably had was the infant stage of my music career when I ain't really know a damn thing. It was just me and my cousins in my room every weekend recording. Some more of my homies come through. We recording on a Radio Shack mic. I'm engineering and recording over G Unit instrumentals. Like that was a fun time for me. I enjoyed those times until
Mhm.
I still enjoy music, but now it's more business. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like making sure I continue to open up more doors for myself and have a successful career. Cause now it's a career. Now it's not.
Mhm.
Oh, let me. Like, I want to sign a G Unit. I want to. It's now. It's not a hobby no more. It's like, yo, I'm on the court. As they say, I'm on the court. I'm not. I went from the stands to on the bench to now I'm on the court dropping 20. You know what I'm saying? So it's still fun, but now it's like continue,
Mhm.
make this like a business that way continue to feed myself. Then if I ever want kids, feed my family. So it's different now.
Yeah, I'm feeling you. I sit back and remember the days when I could just go on Twitter and call somebody a stupid idiot
Beep, 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 beep.
without without worrying, without even a thought. I still probably will, but at least now I'll think about it before I do it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'll think about it a little bit before I actually say it.
Allegedly. That's funny.
So we had the pleasure of speaking to A1.
Mm-hmm.
A1 is your cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I said that like you didn't know.
He's
Like
like,
I'm
really?
revealing something to you.
Really?
You know
You
that's your
already told
cousin,
me?
right?
On your mama's side, baby's mama's mama.
Y'all fool. Y'all fool.
What's your relationship like with him?
Oh, man, listen. I talk to A every day. That's my big brother. That's my close cousin. That's also my big brother. Financial advisor. Um, when I'm going through it personally, a therapist. But I try to tell them like, yo, I don't let the trauma dump on people. I handle my own, but
Hmm.
sometimes you got to talk to people. But he's mentor. Um, he curses me out from time to time, let me know like, yo, what is you doing? 'Cause sometimes we can get in our own way. Sometimes I may
Yeah.
feel like, I may
You have
express.
Twitter moments.
Oh, I be wilding.
Allegedly.
I ain't gonna lie, I be wilding on Twitter. But if I'm if I have an idea about something, and then he may cut me off and say the same thing I was about to say. He's like, yo, see, so we here, we on the same wavelength. You like, yo, basically,
Hmm.
you got to trust yourself a lot more. So,
Yeah.
um, he just one of those people that really, 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 really pushed the envelope for me for years. When JR Swift wasn't even JR Swift. It was this producer that was on SoundCloud. This
Hmm.
producer that was just on Twitter in the early days and before what it is now. That was just, trying to find himself. He was always there to give me game up to my first placement, up to where I am now. So, yeah, bro is everything. So, yeah.
Are there any
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Are there any like pros or cons to having him as your cousin and then being sort of like you guys are in the same I mean in the business, but not like you know what I mean? Are there any pros and cons to that?
With him as an
Um,
Being
MC.
yeah, and being
Right.
like in the same field but different positions.
I would say, yeah. Some of the information I try to Um, some information I hold high for sure. Like a lot of things to do, say I take. Like I definitely highly respect, but I take with a grain of salt too because he is an MC and I'm a producer. So we are in different professions and in our workplace. So he the MCs are producers, even though he works with a producer and other producers, but how we grind, how we get money, how we get be seen is different than the MC. The MC usually gets seen first, then it's like everybody else. So it's like for me as a producer, I get seen in a different way, you know. So for me, how I get seen is through the beats and showing, polo and showing, just really just being me. I don't like playing. I'm like Diddy. I'm not gonna play the background. Like, nah, y'all got to see me. So, yeah. So I hold a lot of information high for sure, but I try to take some things with a grain of salt because he is an MC. I'm a producer. So, but
And how
definitely,
y'all eat is different too. How y'all eat is different too. Like how the money flow is different from an MC versus a producer. That's interesting too. That approach.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But essentially, it's kind of the same too. Like like an artist might put out an album on Bandcamp. We'll put out an album on Bandcamp, right? So it could be an album that the producer fully produced or an instrumental album. An artist can put out an album on all the DSPs. A producer can do the same thing. So
Mhm.
essentially, it's the same. It's just you may hear somebody else rap, or if you dope as a producer, you might hear other people gonna hear you rapping, or they just gonna hear your beats.
Mhm.
For other people listening to that artist putting out music, they may be judged on the content, who you are as an artist, and the production that you're picking. So essentially, the grind is kind of similar, but the path is just different.
So, the people often talk about the state of hip hop.
Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this question only because the way I view hip hop and the way I think hip hop is compared to rap is two totally different things in my in my purview. When I look at it, I don't look at the radio for hip hop. I listen to if I'm listening to the radio, that's just rap or pop music or something. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But what do you think about the state of hip hop right now?
Um, I wish we had a little bit more diversity, but that could be me, and maybe I need to expand my palette a little bit because I'm hearing people kind of people trying to follow Gazelle formula
Mm-hmm.
and think it's gonna work for them instead
Mm-hmm.
of finding what works for them. So they trying to a lot of people trying to follow their formula, and I'm not hearing a lot of diversity as far as the music, as far as the style of production either. So
Yeah.
I'm looking for you know, I'm just looking for that. Like I remember my iPod years ago. I remember the albums that I had. It might have been Lupe, might have
Mm-hmm.
been some T Pain on there, might have been
Mm-hmm.
some G Unit on there, might have been
Mm-hmm.
some NERD on there. You know what I'm saying? Some Pharrell. So it's diversity from
Yeah.
all over the place. Now it's like it's different people, but it's like they made one note.
Exactly. I think we had a conversation with even with rhymeology, and we were talking about this. And yeah, even in boom bap right now, it's everybody's either on a drumless beat, you know, and or everybody's on this soft, flowy with a bit of bass in the background, or you know, it's even with the boom bap hip hop, it's now starting to sound alike. Just like I complained about the auto tune in mainstream hip hop and mainstream rap, I'm kind of getting that feeling towards um hip hop, because everybody is kind of, it's either going to be a drumless beat or it's going to be a soft jazzy beat with a small amount of bass in the back, you know. So when I find people like uh Fly Anakin, you know, or Crumb, where you have or even the beats that you've made with the, there's something different that you can hear in the background, and you're like, what the hell did he put right there? What is that? Those kind of beats that catch your ear. That's why I love the way you produce, because you have, there's always something in your production that's a little different, where I'm listening to, like, is that a flute? What the fuck is that?
Oh, nah. And I appreciate you for paying attention. That's being a hip hop purist. I'm that. You know, I tell niggas all the time. I tell people all the time that I'm better than y'all. And I'll be playful with it, you know what I'm saying? But I'll be dead serious too, because I want people to step up their their musicality. Like, I was around certain people, and you had to be the best of the best. Like, I listened to a lot of early Kanye, a lot of JRGotBlapz. Like, I come from the era of G and Dipset and
Mm-hmm.
of course Rockefeller, but G Unit was like, that's, my group. So I'm looking at the albums. Who was who was the producers on these
Mm-hmm.
albums? It was either Jake One, it was High Tech, it was Knots, it was Dre, it was either Danon, it was Needles, so on and so forth. There's so many different people. You go to Dipset, it's Heat Makers and A-Rap Music. But I'm looking at who on these albums. Why is this album so, why is it craft so ill? Even looking at like the game, right? The game, some of the game production is fire. You listen to
Mm-hmm.
uh with the Doctor's Advocate, with documentary and Doctor's Advocate. It was a lot of West Coast stuff, of course, from, I think JRGotBlapz was on there. Will I Am had a joint on there. Of course, High Tech, Nas, so on and so forth. It's a lot of top tier producers that I respect,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to hear stuff like that. It may not have to be
Yeah.
from those type, those producers, but there are producers that's as dope or even better. You know what I'm saying? That this is dope, even dope or even better. Um, but the artists, I feel like not really having that ear. So what that lets me know, y'all not really challenging yourselves enough. Cause it's producers out here that's fire, but y'all just comfortable with who y'all getting beats from, and if that's who you're going for to build your sound with, that's something completely different. But if you're putting an album together, I want to hear some diversity.
Yeah.
And I don't think for me personally, I don't think we're getting that. I think we're getting the same one note.
Mm-hmm.
What happened is hip hop, underground hip hop actually it's gonna be boring. So that's why I'll come in and I'm going to challenge you. I'm not going to keep giving
Mm-hmm.
you. I'm not going to give you the same thing. Like even when I gave like some of the earlier batches to Griselda. It was stuff I know they would get on, and it was stuff like now I kind of want to hear y'all on something different. I want to challenge these artists. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even about just everybody on the paper chase. It's not even just about money. It's about this love of music. Like do something different. With T-Pain, do something else.
So if to kind of help cultivate like a diversity, if you could build a label yourself, like who would you have on there? Like an A&R, artists, producers, engineers. Like what? How would you build that?
If I had to build a label, I would try to give it a feeling like Ruckus mixed with Ruckus mixed with maybe I guess maybe like an early Def Jam. So, and I don't think I have an A&R. I don't really know too many A&Rs. I don't think I would do an A&R. But engineers, probably like a Guru. How many engineers I could do? What is it, like
two?
Two engineers. I would do Dre. Dre would be my engineer, and then Eddie Sancho. So I have that balance. As far as like label mates, like artists. Probably like depending. Don't want hit records. I don't care if I want no hit records. I'm going for the vibes. I'll put Rod Digger in there. Rod Digger, Fonte, Alazar, Skazu. Yeah, I'm really trying to think. Gotta have something grinding. I'll put Conway in there. Trying to think who else. Damn. Man, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Kendrick could be in there. Tripping. I'm put a group in there. I guess that'll be my eighth. MOP. So yeah, MOP for sure. Producers. Damn. Who producing joints? Oh, High Tech being there.
Underrated, highly underrated.
Underrated. How many producers I can put in there?
I put 3.
So High Tech. I need somebody that's crazy with the keys. I'm also trying to think like on my list. Damn. I'll put Black Milk in there.
Fire.
High Tech, Black Milk, and then somebody with keys. This might surprise y'all. But if he get able to collab with somebody as far as like drum programming and stuff. But I would put Ryan Leslie in there.
Oh, he's fire. He's fire. Come on. He's fire.
I'll put Ryan Leslie in there. Gotta have somebody, to create them real landscapes,
His albums were crazy. He had the game on lock for a minute. I don't know why he just disappeared, but he did his thing.
Nah, the game changed. Like that was a crazy time period, especially like with R&B. It was the transition it didn't transition well. I didn't really like how R&B transition. There was a lot of dope producers that was doing anything. A lot of artists too, from like Ryan Leslie was doing his thing. Mario was doing his thing. Even some of the producers like Brian Michael Cox, like Stargate, JR wrote them.
The whole neo soul movement, like Jill Scott's producers, and
like the transition wasn't really neo soul kind of stayed the same. You know what I'm saying? Like Dwelly, Jill Scott and stuff like that. That kind of stayed the same. Like that was always gonna be a vibe. Because it had like an underground feeling to it. That's why I like Neo Soul. It has like an underground feeling to it. R&B, transition and kind of like fizzled out a little bit and kind of became underground as well. It's crazy.
Can I give a quick suggestion going back to your label thing? A&R. I don't know the names. Don't you probably know them better than me? But the A&Rs from Loud Record. Who was them two? It was like two main A&Rs, and I think they worked at the Source magazine or whatever. That was
I don't
finding
know.
the talent, but that's probably some people you would want to have on there. The cats who found like Mob Deep, the Wu, you know what I mean?
Mm,
Because Lord, because they had an ill roster, and whoever the A&R was there knew how to put it together. You talking alcoholics, right, and all of that. So I could see that with whatever you're doing. And I just have one question related to what you said because I want to challenge that. You said, damn, do I want hits or do I want the vibe? And I'm wondering, is it possible to mesh the two? Because I think back in the day, quote unquote, a hit was a hit, like Humpty Dance and all. I mean, these joints were just joints. I don't. There was no. Remember, at one time there was no quote unquote underground, above ground. It was
nah,
just that's the jam or it ain't the jam. It's the Rockets era that kind of started that whole backpacker versus blah blah blah. So, do you think that that can come back again? A hit maker that is. I mean, Griselda's probably the closest, but do you think the two
uh,
can coincide and coexist?
I'm, I mean, Lil Scrappy made a whole album, made a whole song
No,
with
she
just
did
a
not
mattress
just say
squeak,
scrap. She
with
did
just a
not.
mattress squeaking, and it was number one. Get out of here.
no, but
No, she did not bring that
she
name up
not
when I
lying
Yes,
just
I
though.
asked
did
that
bring Lil
question.
Scrappy up.
She not lying. Like, yo, listen,
Yeah,
some cut was
yeah.
fire.
Stay
Listen,
focused on the question.
some cut. Listen, nah, some cut
The
was
heck?
fire. Some cut was fire. Um,
Yeah.
but can they coexist in the same space? Um, nah, I kind of like it where it's at, and
Mm-hmm.
I say that because it now it has its own individuality in music
And lane.
because of DSPs. So this like now you can find your tribe. You can find the artists that you like and enjoy. You can find the producers that you like and enjoy, and you helping them build a catalog. You helping them advance as a MC or singer or as a producer financially too, change their lives, and in return change y'all lives. You know what I'm saying, by giving y'all great music. They upgrade their life, they gonna upgrade y'all. So I think this is the best time because you're not subjected to what's on the radio. I gotta listen to the radio to hear the same people spinning. Now
Right.
I can go listen to, let's say, Blue, then I can go listen to Code of the Friend, or I could go listen to um damn, what's Shorty name that signed to Snoop right now? Ah, I can't think of her name. But I can't think of her name right now, but you can listen to like Zaya Bell, or you can listen to Snow, what's it, Snow Allegra. Like you could have this different variety of people that you can vibe with, and got your headphones on through the night, and it's cruise, and you're running up the streams, and you happen to win because they make you feel good about you. Instead of okay, I'm cruising, let me throw on some music. You already know it's gonna be on the radio. It's gonna be Little Baby, The Baby, Meg, Cardi, maybe Migos. Um, Same people. It's gonna be the
Yeah.
same people spin on the radio. Nah, I might throw on. I might listen to RJ Payne. I might listen to some else. I might listen to some Skyzoo. Might listen to some Dwelly. It's just a variety.
Yeah. I think I think, to be completely honest, that people most of the music that I discover I discover on YouTube just people who are listening to new artists. Some of the dopest artists I found is just scrolling through YouTube and like, oh, let me listen to this. Or people who are dropping their links on Twitter and they're like, listen to my song. Okay, I'll listen to it. I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah,
When I
yeah.
got to lose, it ain't gonna take but a couple of minutes out my day to sit and listen to your song. And if it's ass, I'm gonna tell you. So if you gonna tell people to listen to your song, put the best shit out.
Don't
But
DM me no
Don't be
trash,
like
please.
I'm
Don't
saying
do that.
this for Dre.
no, but I'm glad you being open and honest to the artist because man, I ain't gonna lie to you, and this is where I do miss about music. If you was a fan, you was a fan. You not trying to do music. You not
Exactly.
trying to do it. Yo, I'm a fan of such and such. Yo, you ever thought about rapping? Nah, I'm good. I don't want to rap. I don't want to sing. I don't want to make beats. I'm just a fan of the art. I love it.
Mhm.
I love the way it makes me feel. Those same fans, yo, I make beats now. Y'all rap now. I sing now. Wow, you just can't be a fan? Like, nah, like, because they feel like it's easy. They feel like, yo, I
Uh-huh.
can come and jump in the field that I've been doing for mad long. And, yo, I'm about to do my thing here. And, yeah, but this ain't what you think it is either. So I miss those days. The fans were fans. And the people that, back in the day, you got to think equipment, and equipment now is a lot more accessible. But back in the day, a piece of equipment may run you $2,000-3,000. So it wasn't a lot of producers like that. And then if you did get your hands on some equipment, you had to be dumb nice. People would have to hear about you being crazy around your neighborhood, maybe in a few beat battles, or if you're a DJ, few DJ battles, really getting busy. Um, But now everything's so accessible, so it's like, oh, let me go ahead, let me go to this website and buy this program and learn how to make music. And a lot of producers from the 80s, 90s, who even started in the early 2000s, that's still doing it now, learned the musicality of music, learned
Mm-hmm.
about, like, this is something I don't hear a lot of producers do now. A lot of newer producers, they don't play bass lines. So I would hear a fire beat and I'd be like, yo, this would be even more crazier if you threw a fire bass line in it. But if you don't really know music theory or if you kind of tone deaf, them
Mm-hmm.
bass lines gonna be crazy. But some people made it work. Like RZA had crazy out of key bass lines, but it was the greatness, it was the feel. But I
Mm-hmm.
grew up around people like Knox and other people that was crazy with bass lines. And I'm studying like Dilla, I'm studying like Black Milk, High Tech. And these dudes had crazy ability with musicality. I was just watching Mass Appeal, um what's the joint where they digging in the craze blindfolded? Um Damn, I forgot the name of the show, but I was watching High Tech episode and
Mm-hmm.
he was just going crazy. I'm like, man. See, but that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these people don't
Is
really
it what's
have
in your bag? Not what's in your bag. I know what you're talking about. My bad. No. It's not what's in your bag.
nah
I know what you're talking about though. They go on blindfolded,
yeah, yeah,
yes, and
yeah,
they
yeah.
kill it. And they pick 5 records or something. It makes
Right.
sense. They always kill it. I haven't seen anybody go in there and make nothing whack. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, there was a few people that definitely was right. It's definitely like
I didn't watch as many episodes as you, then I
I
guess.
watched majority of them and I was like, oh
Want to name any big producers that went in there with whack? No, I'm just playing. No, I don't know.
nah, you could go in there and read them comments and they will gonna gladly tell you. Um but yeah, I was watching his
That's.
huh?
I think that's one thing about people always say we are too harsh. But I don't think people realize that people my age, when we bought albums was like $20. It wasn't like you just we made $3.85 an hour. $20 was a lot of damn money. And if I'm gonna spend $20 on your album and then you sell me ass, I ain't buying your album no more. That's why it was so many one hit wonders, because we was like, oh fuck you. We not buying
Yeah, but
we not buying your shit no more.
that's what I'm saying. But it's like we live in such emotional state right now. We such in an emotional time because you tell somebody right now, SP, you tell somebody right now, yo, that shit is whack. Go back to the drawing board, right? All you hating,
They're offended easily.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
offended, and it's like, yo, like, okay, maybe you may be, one of the few people who don't like him or her art. Okay, everybody art ain't for everybody, but then you got people that's like, yo, I don't like your art. Then it's like, nah, this motherfucker just whack. It's a lot of people that just, yo, if this was show time at the Apollo, bring the broom out. He
Yeah.
gotta go. She gotta go. So people not really being real. Even these dudes, they know they friends is whack, but they thinking, yo, if he get on, we on.
Uh-huh.
Nah, you need to tell your man, go back
She's
to that
back.
9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Go back to that 9 to 5 and y'all make it another way. Maybe he'll be an A&R or something. Maybe he no talent. I don't know, but everybody ain't nice.
People keep telling and people keep telling us that you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't discourage people's dreams. I was like, some dreams should be dreams. Some dreams should just occur while you sleep. Some
That part,
shit,
Damn.
that's what
some
I'm saying.
shit don't need to be outside,
Yo, but
because people are laughing and they're not going to tell you the truth. I'm not gonna lie to you. If it's ass, I'm gonna tell you, hey,
I ain't
what
gonna
you
lie.
do for a living?
I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely been times where I wanted to vocally say, "Yo, this project is not it." From a lot of people, But I know I'm on the court, and I'm the new kid on the block, right? It's only been what, 4 years for me.
Yeah,
So I'm still new. Like my feet still wet, everything. So um, but I know music. Like I said, like yeah, people like when people feel like you're trying to discredit them, they like to talk money. That's cool. You don't talk money. Like we get money, but at the end of the day, your crowd still trash. You know what I'm saying?
Or
Like
sales.
yeah, like people always want to talk money when they feel
Mhm.
like you downplaying their
yeah.
art. And it's like, nah, you just whack, B. Just it is what it is. It's like you
Or,
just trash.
or just say it like my daddy used to say, even your money is ass.
But these
Everything
dudes,
stink about you.
everything, but people don't want to be humble. Like if somebody is just like, yo, JR, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like this beat. Okay, cool. What you don't like about it? Oh, I don't like I would do. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't get offended. You know what I'm saying? I used to. People used to compare me to some people. People like, oh yo, I thought Darren did this and stuff. I'm like, nah, that man got his own. You could tell the difference.
Yeah,
Like something that Derringer does and something that JR Swift does, or what from JR from Alchemist, so on and so forth. But those from the people that only listen to them, they ain't really, a lot of these fans don't have a crazy musical palette anyway. They just gun hold on one particular thing, and that's
Right.
cool. But it's a whole world out here. You know what I'm saying? So you know,
Yeah. And you
oh,
speak of like a whole world. You mentioned a few female MCs, and they don't get mentioned a lot.
mm,
And you've worked with like Shay Noir,
mm.
but are there any Any other female MCs you want to work with in the future or near future?
I want to lock in with I want to lock in with I want mine doing a project with Shayna War. Um, Love the Genius from Drum Work. I want to do a project with her. I think that'd be fun. I might actually text her. I might be like, yo, let's do a project or something. She's fire. Shayna War, Love the Genius, Rod Digger. Trying to think what else is crazy. Um, the shorty named Kumbaya. She's fire. She's from New York. C Red. She's
Stop it, SP.
from where's she from? Florida. She's fire. Who else? And Rhapsody.
I want to hear you work with Backwoods Sweetie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I sent her some joints.
Did
What's
you?
she working? She got anything? She working on? I know she's about to have a project with Furious Styles. I don't know what happened with it. They ain't even put the album out.
Yeah, she mentioned not too long ago that there was some holdup. She didn't go into detail, obviously, but like there was some holdup on something because they only released like 2 singles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, cause I know she dropped her project, and I don't know, yo, like not to, you know, what I'm saying, not to switch the subject, but a lot of people was giving her some flack, and I don't know why, cause I guess she's new on the scene, dropped the project, and a lot of people's rocking with it. It's pretty dope. Like I don't know why they get her
Yeah,
flack.
they giving her. Oh, can you do it? I bet you can't. Like you said before, I bet you can't do it again. Oh, that was luck.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. I think it's that there's a little bit of that hate. And Jr. To be quite frank, you've caught your shares of flat. What do you have to say to them right now on the record? You know the what they say, the love is fake and the hate is real.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, what the flack for what? Like the only flack I really get is from producers. Like
That's what
you
I'm
know,
saying.
oh yo, you use this loop and this drum pack and you did. You know what I'm saying? It just listen. At the end of the day, um, this is what House Shoes had said. I was doing the battle and I ain't really make it
I
to the
was there. I was there. I
at
thought
the
it was dope what he said.
um I left the joint early. I was bent, and I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of tight, but I was litty.
Yeah, but
So
the next time when you came in, what he had said was classic. It deaded all arguments.
yeah, he was like, it's cool to come back to the record, but when you on the court, well, you don't see these dudes that's in the league coming back to the record. Like you in the league already. So when for me, you got a bunch of people that's wondering how because I basically came out of the blue. Like, let's keep it real. I came out of the blue, boom, Griselda placement, boom, Project with Elzar, boom, Sky Zoo. So it's like I came in the game just smoking shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. So this the most highest playing. So I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't about to downplay my success, but I can see why a lot of dudes would be upset. Like, yo, how he doing this? So early and got this success so early, and I've been doing this for years. And yo, get nice. I don't know what to tell you. Be better. Shit, I don't know, but it's not my fault. So I'm humble. I'm humble by it. But I don't really. At least I don't try to brag and boast. Like I do talk shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. But I'm humble by my success, and I'm always feeling like I could do more. But at any given time, this should be taken away from me too. Like I could not get another placement. I could not get another phone call. Like this is a business at the end of the day. Like yeah, you build those relationships, but um, this game could be snatched from you. You could be popping today, and then nobody's not checking for you no more. So um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for my position, but I can't worry about somebody other producers that's in the stands trying to get on the bench just to get on the court. Nah, just be better, or it's not your time, or you just ain't nice. Maybe this should still be a hobby.
And so like in instances like that, like I know you said you got pretty good place at like right off the bat, like you got really, I don't want to say lucky because there's talent there too, but when things aren't kind of going your way, I mean, are there things that you do like for your own mental to keep your headspace in the right, keep in the right headspace so you can go like move on? Are there things that you do to kind of, what I'm saying?
Self-care.
Yeah. I mean, I go get my bed done.
I was gonna say something about you, Barrett, because if you keep it up and you're gonna end up in that, King Crooked and Black Thought, and that beard club because it's nice.
I appreciate you, but
Morgan said more than that off the record, but
I did not say more than that. I said, "Oh, he has a nice beard." He sent me your Instagram, and it's like the first couple ones that you're making beats, and I was like, "Man, he's got a nice beard." But
I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, it's outside of that, like self-care is everything for me. Like
that's the most I've seen Morgan smile during this interview. You notice that? I love it.
Yeah, you funny. I mean, I'm either playing the game, which I rarely do, but playing the game, take my mind something off music. I go to the gym. Like I'm in the gym like 4 or 5 times a week. Like I had COVID and then
get them endorphins, people, and serotonin. Are you serious? Well, speak on that.
Yeah, so I had, I don't know, everybody was catching that shit. So I caught in December. Funny, and I mean not really funny, but I gained weight, and a lot of people who had COVID lost weight. So I was like, okay,
that's interesting. Yeah, they're the first case I heard of that.
Yeah, I'm expecting to lose.
I would be like, that's some bullshit.
But were you taking steroids?
Oh, here you go. No, he was eating hormone chicken wings from Dallas Barbecue.
Normally they prescribe you the steroids.
Nah. It wasn't
puts on weight, SP.
Oh yeah,
steroids. Well,
yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, like prednisone and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, they was like, yo, thug it up.
Was you eating more? What was you eating more? You like an anomaly right now.
I was wilding.
Or drinking or something.
I wasn't drinking. I was wilding with food though. I was eating like 2 cans of chicken noodle soup though. So
you gotta feed that COVID though. So then you gotta feed that COVID to get over it. Is that the remedy?
I guess that's what it was. But I gained wild weight, and then I was like, yo, I don't feel good. Like I'm usually a person in the gym anyway. And I was like, I don't feel good. Like this ain't really me. So then when I went to the hospital, and the lady was like, the nurse, she was like, how much you weigh? I was like, no. I stepped on the scale. That joint was like, oh, hold up. Nah. And I went to the gym, and I'm down 25, probably a little bit more now. But like 25 last time I checked. I'm feeling good, looking good as always. And I'm trying to lose more weight, so I'm trying to get back to 210 right now. So I'm trying to get back to that. But so the game, working out, going for a walk, going to an event, like it's an event this week. Tomorrow will be, that week, but next weekend, a week from today, JRGotBlapz is battling Jake 1. So yeah, that's what makes crazy.
JRGotBlapz is highly slept on, I think, for his catalog. To me, for what he's done, I don't think he gets enough due to me, and I think Jake 1 is definitely slept on.
Yeah, fire. But they both battling next week, and
who you got?
Only Soundtrack battling Vitamin D. Damn. I don't know, man, because Damn.
It's Blaze because of the hits, I think, alone. Right? I mean, and the name.
I'm thinking about beats. I don't care about hits. If you're going by hits, then of course you're gonna say that's Blaze. But if you think about beat for beat, I don't know. Just got some shit. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, you got Show Me What You Got. You got damn, it was a genre I was listening to with Jay.
Dude, he got public service announcement. I mean, that's it.
You got what's the joint with Jay-Z and Benny Single on I can't think.
Throw your hands up.
Nah, not that joint. No. Damn, I gotta look.
What album you talking?
Yo, you yeah,
hold on. Somehow, some way.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
So, and there's a couple others too, but yeah, he got some joints. But Jake One, if he play that one joint from G on it, Ask Somebody, he gotta play that. That's my joint. But I think I got Just winning. I think I got Just winning. Some crazy beats he got. Yeah, I got Just Blaze for sure.
And again, with the mixing, whoever mixes or engineers his stuff is not playing around. I don't know who that is. I guess that's Youre or whoever, but
Yeah,
his stuff is well put together.
Yeah, that was Guru. That was Guru all the way.
It's crazy mixing.
Yeah, a lot of Rockefeller stuff is gonna be Guru.
Yeah. So you work with hip hop artists, you work with so-called conscious rappers. I don't know when they were asleep, but that's what they call them. I just think it's all hip hop, but everybody got to put a label on stuff. But with all the different MCs that you've worked with, how do you pick which type of MC you're going to work with in the moment? Is it a feeling? Is it, or just you send your stuff out and whatever happens, happens?
No, I pick based on who I feel like I can see myself working with. Because here's the thing too. Everybody everybody's not gonna work with me. Everybody doesn't fit my style of production.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just the Grammy stuff. I have other stuff in the bag too, but it may be my formula and how I approach a sample than others. And I just do different things. So it's people like now asking for beats, but yo, it would be okay if we just didn't work, bro. Like you could just be a fan, and I could be a fan of yours, but we probably just won't work because
Yeah.
My style of production may not just fit you, and that's okay. Like, and I'm okay with that. I just go off of who I think is nice and who I hear myself on. Like, I see that Saha the Prince had to drop an album. It would have been dope if I was able to send something to Saha.
Yeah.
I want to work with Banks. I send stuff to Banks, but nothing land. But I don't take stuff like that personal. It's part of the game. But it's people that I envision myself just working with and just sending them a batch. Let me send like 5 joints, and it just depends on the vibe too, because I'm not about to waste my time either. Like I could take these same fire beats and give it to somebody else, and that's something that I'm picking up on. If the vibe is not there, I'm going somewhere else. My favorite saying that I tell people is I don't go anywhere where I'm not invited. So if I feel like my vibe is not invited, if I feel like I'm pulling teeth, nails, and just to get you to work. Nah, I dad just stopped working. Like, nah, I'm good, bro. You
Is
know?
there like uh how do I put this? Do you prefer to do like full albums? Or is it like or like just doing one or two off of somebody's album as far as when you're working with somebody? Is there pros and cons to both, or is there one you prefer doing more of?
Yeah, it's pros and cons to both. I prefer full length, me fully producing. I'm able to show the range and able to show the range of the artist if I'm fully producing. Um, just doing one-offs, it just have to depend on who's the artist because I could do something with this person and a lot of people probably not gonna care. But if I had to get a placement with like somebody from Griselda or um like MOP or like Drake or something, people gonna care. That's you know somebody on the resume that I could add, or if it's on my bucket list, somebody I could scratch off my bucket list. Um, the con to that is waiting just to get paid for it,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it's a big artist. Um, it's like damn, I gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just depends how you structure your business too. You know what I'm saying? So somebody like a Drake, you would want more back end money than up front because that back end money, them royalties would be
Uh-huh.
crazy probably. Um, Depending if it's like a song that's doing well, you can have an album filler, but may not do well. But it's like a song that's really booming. That check probably gonna look crazy. But doing a full length album, the con to that, depending on who it is, if you're trying to break a new artist, um, a lot of people probably not gonna care unless it's somebody popular that's up and coming. Um, so that's I guess that's what I'm about to deal with now. Me and my homie, he's not really well known, so this will be an artist I'm bringing to my fans, and I guess I really see who's really my fan of not, fan or not. So if they're a fan of me and what I bring to the table, they're gonna, hear him and be like, okay, it could go either way. They could be like, this is fire, but I don't like the pairing, or the project is dope, or I don't like the project. So, um, it just depends. Like people love the Elzai project. Elzai is well known. People love the album I did with B Dot. B Dot the God. He's a battle rapper from Cali. Um, Love that project, but he got a following. You know what I'm saying? These are people that got followings, but somebody that I'm bringing to the forefront, they keep like, I don't know who he is, so I ain't gonna really pay attention. Or JR did the beats, and they see who's the features that's on the project. They might want to tap in. So it can be difficult, but everything has adversity. Just getting through it.
And
Yeah,
go
I
ahead,
always want
SB.
to see. I always want to see what people are gonna do with uh, when it's a producer I like. Even if I don't know the person, the artist, I really just want to see what they're going to do with your beat because that is a skill within itself. Figuring
Yeah.
out a way to mesh, right? Because
Mhm.
when I listen to Backwoods Sweetie's album, I'd hear those beats and I was like, how the hell is she gonna rap to these beats? The beat is fire, but how she gonna step up her game and do the shit that we know people can do with your beats?
Now I would say with her, she's fire. I think she needs some different kind of beats though. I think she
Yeah,
needs a little bit more um some
Would be a
soul.
producer to say that.
Nah, I'm being real. Like I think because when I hear people, I know what to look for. I'm listening to their
mm-hmm.
tone of their voice and their conversation. With her, she needs something a little bit more experimental, kind of like some rock in it, mixed with like some hip
Mhm.
hop. Because I could hear like maybe some distortion in her voice, like stuff like that. Something more soul driven. That way she could, cause she strike me as a soulful person. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And maybe some vibe, some nothing over the top, maybe like an Isaiah Rashad type of vibe. She could just get off, cause I know she smokes, so she could get off on some black empowerment on production like that. The same thing on some experimental stuff, and the same thing on some soulful stuff. I think
Mhm.
if she had um a variety of production in that lane, yeah, the next joint and the joint after that could be crazy or crazier because now she found her sound. And that's the first thing immediately I've heard. I was listening to her project. I was like, okay. And I hear some gaps. I hear some stuff that she could improve on. But overall, she dope. I think I know who she could link with and really boost her status a little bit too. So
Mhm.
yeah, but she's dope. Bring something different to the table, I can tell you that.
So as dope as you are,
Oh,
when
she gonna get right. She mess with JR. Oh, what you mean? She, know what I mean? Like, cause I know what to provide her. Like, with this project with my homie Quan, the name of the project for one is called Expensive Taste. So we talking that flyness. Um, and my son, well, my son, but the homie, my son remind me of like LL mixed with CL Smooth.
Mhm.
So that's the vibe that we on. So automatically, I know what beats to provide for him, and that's the vibe y'all gonna get. Real summertime.
Mhm.
Think of because he was born in New York, but he left too. So we kind of have a similar story. But
Mhm.
I probably was more back and forth in New York than him. But we thinking about New York in the '90s, growing up, uh, the the fire hydrant, water coming on, the kids playing on the block, you
Mhm.
know, the big super soaker guns, like we were reminiscing those times,
Ghetto
and
Rainbows.
yeah, and like being fly, poloed out, stuff like that. Like we just
Mhm.
talking about this being fly, and that's the project. What the beats rather those the beats I crafted for him. Like, yo, I'm gonna create you sound fly, and I think it'd be the same for her. I'm like, yo, I know what beats will fit, but just because I say that doesn't mean maybe she wouldn't want it to work. Because as an artist, you gotta want to be produced. It's a difference. I could tell you, Tom Blue in the face, yo, I think these will work for you. This will win for you. Nah, I ain't really feeling those beats. A lot of artists feel like they
Mhm.
don't want to be produced.
Yeah.
And then, all right, cool, you fall back, and then they put out an album with something that's all over the place, and it's like, oh, okay, but yeah, I think I know what vibe she would need. She just, if she trusts me enough, if we get to that point, if she trusts me enough to be, to produce her, yeah, it ain't go crazy out there.
How hard is it to get an artist to allow you to produce them? Because they have to let themselves be produced. How hard is that?
It depends on who it is. Like,
Mhm.
I've been in situations where I've sent beats and yo, this is the album, the track listing, so on and so forth. And I have people that was, yo, what you think about this record? Nah, I don't really like it, bro. I think she changed it X, Y, Z. All right, cool. You think about
Mhm.
this record? Yo, I got this idea for X, Y, Z. Oh yeah, nah, this is dope. This is dope. So it just depends on who it is and if they allowing you to produce them.
Mhm.
Some people just got egos, and it's like, nah, there's so many beats, and we'll figure it out from here. You can give me a little input, but um,
Mhm.
just but I want to produce you. I want you to trust me to produce you and bring something different to the table. I don't want to just give you the same thing and
Mhm.
think it's gonna work. Because then again, if the response is bad, then I failed as a producer. So if the
Yeah.
egos, if push the egos aside and allow the producer to produce, I think things would be a lot smoother. It just depends too, because we don't heard some albums where it wasn't that Nas and Kanye, it wasn't
Yeah.
that, but it just all depends.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you think like people who are coming like up and coming, are they? You think they're more open to it, or like, I know you did mention that it kind of depends on ego and all that stuff, but I mean in your experience, what has it been sort of um, like easier for people who've been doing this for a while? They've worked with producers before versus someone who's never worked with one before.
And it still go back to, it depends who it is, because you got people um that's like big headed, that's like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, let's do it like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to be produced. Then you have other people that's like such a fan of yours and want that cosign. Like, bro, like, I want this, I want to be from you, bro. Like, I just want to be, But I might not think you all that, bro. Like, just be a fan. I don't think you that crazy. Or, now let's do something. That's what I did. Like, again with the homie, I was like, yo, bro, let's do a project, and came out fire. But it has to organically happen. Some people just got egos, and um, that's where it lies. Then I'm out of there. I'm going somewhere else, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna let you know your ego ain't gonna be bigger than mine.
And you talk about putting on people and putting um, are there any up and coming producers that we should know about, or anyone that you'd like want to put people onto, like in that sense?
Yeah, it's a whole lot of them. I mean, we got my man Troop, the producer from Rochester. We got my man Aesthetic from Brooklyn. My man Praise, Funk Star from I think from Norfolk. DJ Static. Um, and Soundtrack from Oakland. Um, my man Cyrus from Massachusetts. The list goes on. I know I'm missing a lot of people, but I'm trying to think, man. I don't want to leave people out that's really my peoples. Um, Man, I know I'm gonna forget
Or
somebody,
even some you can mix it up, like even some MCs or producers, just people that are like inspiring you these days that should be on our radar.
as bad as it may sound, man, it's not a lot of MCs really inspire me right now. I ain't gonna
Damn.
lie.
Don't DM him for no tracks. Oh shoot. Don't
Nah,
call me, I'll call you.
because it's the one note thing, man. Like, I want to do another project with L. I want to do a project with Sky. You know what I'm saying? Want to do a project with Khan. It's Don't get me wrong, it's a few people that I want to link with, but I guess for me, I'm just critical because I want to hear something different.
Mm-hmm.
I want that itch. Like, I'm ready to go work now. I'm ready to cut this joint on, and I'm saying, but it's definitely people that I want to lock in with. But I, the note got to change. Like, right
From
now, it's just,
hmm.
you know what I'm
But no
saying.
other producers inspiring you?
Oh
Or you
yeah,
want to
the people I name, yeah, for sure. Like, the people that I name, inspire me greatly. Like, every day. Like, if I see my homie Aesthetic on, like, come up on my feed on IG, I'm like, man, let me go ahead and cut my NPC on and get to work. Or if I see my man Troop, I'm like, man, he going crazy. Or if I see any of the homies just going crazy, it's inspiring me to go and do something. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
two
if I
questions for
see
you.
like Black Milk post whenever he do post, or Knox post something, yeah, I definitely get inspired. Um, because I love this music game a lot, and sometimes you gotta stay inspired to keep going.
Wait, hold up a minute. Hold up, hot off the press. I got a question coming in. Hold up. I got a
Mm-hmm.
question from your cousin, brother A1111.
Uh-huh.
Cousin A1 said, "When am I gonna get some beats, and when we gonna get cracking?"
Yeah.
I'll take a EP. I ain't gotta be a whole album, but it gotta be more than one song. I'm asking for an EP. But he asked though. He just said, "Yo, when am I getting some of them beats, bro?"
Yo, I mean, yo, Cuzzo already know the vibes. Like he already know. Whenever I'm always like he know. I taught this every day. He
But
know. Like,
that's the question he had. He texted me, he said, "Yo, I gotta spin this."
whenever he not busy, I know he got a lot going on. So I've been saying we should have did something, but I know we've been busy, and I respect his grind. I respect his hustle. So I've been wanting to put some work in. Like this one never. He could be like, "Yo, cousin, you ready to send me a batch? Let's go right now." I bet I'm out there. Come on, MP on, export some joints, and it go crazy. And I think that would be good. Um, I think that would be good for the culture. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even mesh. I wouldn't even mesh our words together. Like I wouldn't want him to jump on something that I would do. Um, like I guess what I would hear him on. I would want to go in his lane. I would go in a jazz rap lane. I want to challenge myself to do something like that because I haven't really got jazzy before. If that makes sense. But then the closest thing would be the joint I did for Sky Zoo, but I want to be challenged in that sense. Like, what
Mm-hmm.
samples can I look for?
Fire.
Yeah, like what samples can what can I look for in the samples? How would I approach the samples differently than what I've been approaching them now? What kind of drums would I use? All these things, I think I may have to tap in maybe to some Tribe, maybe to some Daylight, kind of study them, study the vibes and how they approach. But I would want us to have that conversation though, like
Mm-hmm.
what direction should we go in? But I would want to jump in that lane just to challenge myself personally.
What question did you do for Tiff the Gift? What question?
I
Sorry. What
did,
production? Sorry,
I did. Pass. It's called Pass Out. Um, by Tiff the Gift.
Oh, SP.
Yeah, fire.
I think I heard about that song.
That's
Yeah,
my
Yeah.
that song changed the trajectory of my whole life.
what?
Word.
That's fire.
Allegedly.
That's fire. Like Tiff, Tiff told me the same thing, and I didn't.
That the song changed her life?
Yeah, I think the song is
Damn, that beat did that much. Yo, what was you
yo,
on when you made that beat? You
yo.
was
I
burning
think
sage or something?
nah. I remember it was 26, 2015, 2016. It was
16.
2016, 2015, 2016. Um, I posted the joint like I do now, posting beats on the gram, and she heard it. And at the time, Instagram wasn't doing minute videos; it was 15
Mm-hmm.
seconds. So she heard it, and she was like, "I need it. I need this like now." So she was pinning the song off of 15 seconds, and I then understood how monumental the beat was to her to craft the song that she did because that's a real personal song. And I'm glad to be a part of it, and I'm glad that it did something for you, SP. And I'm glad I was able to do something for Tiff because, um, you know, I listened to some of that song. To listen to the song, I hear like some of the things that she was going through. I know she had lost her mom,
Mm-hmm.
and I know kind of losing herself in a way, um and trying to regain yourself back. And I know how hard that can be, especially you know, I know for some people lost either a parent or both parents.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people haven't recovered from that. Um, Not only that, you could lose yourself through life and never recover from that as well. So for me, um, I've been there. I've been in that space where I was losing myself, young, dumb, trying to find my way. Even being older, still trying to find
Mm-hmm.
my way. Even being 30, still trying to find my way. And if you don't have a hold on your life, you could lose it. So I appreciate going back to the song. Though, I
Yeah.
appreciate what she did for
It
sure.
it truly healed something that was broken with me and my mom after my grandmother's death.
Mm,
So um she still listens to it, and my mom is almost 80. So
that's dope. That's
that
dope.
is not often you get
Happy Mother's
to
Day.
say thank you. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you.
That's dope. Listen, um,
Red
you
is
know,
for love.
I appreciate y'all for listening to the sounds that the artist creates when it's the right vibe, and even when I create, like, um, I put a lot of soul into my music, and like I said, I put out there for the people, and you never know what a person going through. That's how powerful music is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got a song, not a song, but I'm tripping. I got a beat that I made, and my cousin had passed, and 2020, the top of 2019, she had passed away, and at that time I lost myself. I ain't gonna lie, that was like another mother, and I was sitting at the MP. I ain't gonna lie, I definitely cried that day for sure. I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, I definitely cried, like, feeling like, cause I thought about it, and I always think about her because there were some things that could have prevented her death. So, um, I guess me communicating with her was through the music, and yeah, that's how powerful music could be, make you feel like that. Yeah. Thank you.
Um, when all of this is said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
Um, I just want to die. No, I just want to die as one of the greatest, and did it his way, my way. Um, hardly any handouts. Um, Whatever made sense to me in my career.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Making sure that I made the MC. If I'm working with the MC closely, made them the best that they could be. Hopefully, I get that in return. So I just want to die knowing, yo, JR was not to play with. He was one of those dudes that, you know, he was going to inspire you. He was going to laugh. He was going to joke, but he didn't come to play. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I want. That's the legacy I want to. I want to leave, like, just being one of the greatest and to do it my way.
Yeah, and before we get like to that, yeah, that far down the road, where do you see yourself in like 5 years? Like just short term.
I already asked them that.
In 5 years?
Yeah.
Oh, Mister. Sorry.
We asked that already? My bad, huh?
Yes.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. That was my bad. That's my bad. Edit. So, all right. Can I ask a question? Can I ask? All right. 2023. Can you do that one more again? Wait, you don't have 23. I have. All right. See how I got disorganized. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm booking.
Yeah,
It's gonna be.
let me go ahead and go on the gram and block you real quick.
I messed up. Oh, shit. Hold on,
Yeah.
it's my fault. Hold on.
I had a question. It was completely different though, because we keep talking about then versus now. Because SP always talks about how how music was for her girl. In back in the day.
Mhm.
Do you think that you would be working to help like bridge a gap between our OGs, our old school, and then like as far as listeners go, to get those fans, because there is a divide, and which is not always a bad thing. But like, do you think you would be working towards that to get like a bridge that gap between the two, or you know what I mean?
You talking about far as like
So like they talked about so Nas did with it's Hit Boy, right? That's
mhm.
right. And a lot of people talked about how like them two together is sort of kind of bridging a gap between what people are wanting to hear today and with somebody who's from a different era. Like, do you see yourself doing stuff like that, or do you know how you would go about that to kind of get the two sort of fans, different eras, and to kind of come together, I guess.
Oh yeah, for sure. Um, while you was asking that question, I was trying to think who I would work with to like bridge, kind of help bridge that gap. Um, damn, it had to be somebody like maybe like a Buster Rhymes, but I was thinking Buster because he's still very much active. So I'm trying to think.
All BS aside, I see you producing an entire MOP album. That's just me though.
I would definitely. That's how I'm gonna bridge the gap, right
That's
there.
just me though. That's just me
And
though.
and to be completely honest, my brain went straight to OC. I just for some
Oh
reason
heck
I would
yeah, there you
love
go.
to hear
Yeah.
you bring something out of
Yes.
OC that's so much.
Apollo worked with him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's ill. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, good one, SP.
Oh,
Yeah, MOP. So Brooklyn all day.
man, listen,
Because
like,
Buster's originally Brooklyn.
yeah. But he's very, I was thinking somebody who's not as active that I could, you know, man,
Rakim.
that's not my era though.
Yeah, don't have to be your era. I would love to hear you bring bring something out of them that's different
Right.
than what they're normally used to.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something real, right? Because I was listening to how crazy the MC was back in that day.
Hmm.
I think me and Big Daddy Kane would probably be something crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I would, me and Big Daddy
Yeah.
Kane.
It's funny as I thought that, but I was like, nah, maybe not. But I did
Nah,
think that his name crossed my mind while we were.
King,
It have to be somebody who can flow.
I was
Can do
King,
afraid
your
for some
boots
reason.
just
I was like, what? I didn't know, but then his
nah,
name crossed my mind.
Kane is fire. Um, and it's gonna allow me to push myself as a producer. It's gonna be a lot of 90, mid 90 BPM. It's gonna be fast as hell, but I want to hear that flow, them in and out of the
Mhm.
pockets.
You
I want
talking
to
like
hear
raw
that.
Kane? You talking set it off Kane? You talking
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
like
Kane? Okay, I got you.
in and out of pockets, like yeah, that I want to
I
hear
hear
that.
G rap too with you now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
See, yes.
Yo, a dual project, G rap and Kane together on a JR SWIFTZ
That'd be
project. That'd be
that'd
crazy.
be crap.
With a
That
couple features like MOP, and we sprinkle them some features there. All right, so yo, I could put in an application for the A&R jobs. Let me know. It could be for free, whatever. I just get hours or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. Just as long as my name is in the credits. I'm cool with that. For the love.
Got you. Yeah, I think MOP would be fire. I think King would absolutely be
Yo,
fire.
this is Brooklyn all day though. It's like Buckshot, Cocoa Bro. This is Brooklyn. That's your Brooklyn coming out right now. You ain't named no Queens, no Bronx, no Queens. Can we sprinkle little other boroughs?
Yo, yeah, definitely. I think me and Havoc would be crazy.
Yes.
I think me and Havoc would be.
He produce half, you produce half.
Nah, straight rapping. I know the formula. I know,
okay, I got you. MC,
yeah. Me and Banks, me and 50. You know, we going to Queens. Me and Banks, and me. I'm rather much me and 50 though. Cause 50, yeah, I was listening to some 50 today. I was like, crazy. Yeah, those few people, I definitely would bridge the gap. Some of the older, but me being younger, the older and the new, I think that would be crazy. And I'm not gonna miss, cause so I'm definitely not gonna miss. It's gonna be fire, and it's gonna be something for me to really be excited about, especially like 50 or somebody. I might be like, yo, bro, I'm about to send you like 10 batches, like 9. Wherever you at, fly me out. I need to be there for like a week or two, and we just gonna cook. It's gonna be a crazy.
Put down the camera, 50. Get that mic. Let's go. I love what he do. I love what he's doing though, but he could definitely rhyme a little bit more.
I'd pay for myself to fly out just to sit in the studio and listen to how the hell y'all work.
And listen,
that would just be fine. I just want to be a fly on the wall in the corner. I can't help. I just
right.
Just bop your head. Like,
I just want to sit there and be quiet and just watch.
No, man, him. But I think, of course, with me and him would be crazy. I'm already a fan. I'm like, yo, bro, we about to go back to the Give It to Don trying days. We about to just go off.
Yeah.
But the flow pattern of not Kane. Kane got a crazy flow pattern, but damn, what's his name? He just did it. I just said his name.
G-Rap,
yeah. Crazy flow pattern. I think that mafioso rap that we hearing now, I won't give him.
Still underrated.
Yeah, but pen game sharp. Flow patterns is crazy. Like definitely, I would give him something grimy in a different way though. Not what we hearing today. It'd be something different.
What I hear right now is like you definitely putting together like a compilation. Not to say I don't want to bring up his name, but like a DJ Khaled or a Static Selector. I could see even though I know you sound like you want to work with one artist or one thing, whatever. But yeah, I know I shouldn't have done it. But but I could see you doing a compilation.
Talk about me bringing up Lil Scrappy no more.
Well, whatever. I backed it up with Static Select. I backed it up. I put the buffer. LOL.
Nah, it's doing that a comp album. I gotta chase down people and wait for let's lock in on a project and we'll go from there. But I gotta lock down this person, that person.
You think it's that hard when Static does it? You think it's that hard to like get all of, because he be having like 30. He's in that DJ Khaled level with the 30 features and 20 songs on an album. Yeah,
but look at the status though. Like Status Selector is out of there. Like I'm still the new kid. You know what I'm saying? I feel people definitely gonna be like, yeah, I got you, bro. Here you go.
But that's how he got his name, though. The compilation is really kind of how he got his name going in the beginning.
Yeah, but it's different. Again, you're dealing with certain people with egos, and some people might forget. You gotta keep reminding them and chase them down. Listen, one thing about me, I'm not about to chase nobody. You know what I'm saying? Either you want to naturally work, You know that I'm dope. I know that you dope. Let's put something together. But I ain't not about to chase you down for nothing. I clearly aiming for us to work. I'm gonna go somewhere else. And I advise that to any other producer, like, know your worth. Like, you don't gotta chase somebody down for a joint. It's somebody out there that's nicer than them. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they see you grinding and maybe they heard a project that you did and oh yeah, they want to spin a block, but now you got leverage. But don't be hounding nobody down.
So the name of the show is Powerful Impact.
Um,
Who are the three most influential people in your life that provided a powerful impact on you, either personally or professionally?
Boom.
mm, Definitely Cuzzo for sure. Um, and definitely Cuzzo. Um, I was about to say A1 Cuzzo, but um, I'm tweaking. Damn, I was about to say West. I say West for sure. Um, definitely had an impact. Um, Third person. Um, Man, I mean, it's not one person, but my parents. You know what I'm saying? So gotta give them the love. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. But
Already.
those individuals definitely play a part.
So what projects do you have coming up?
So I'm trying to work on a little bit of everything right now.
Mm,
So the project with the homie Quam Gordon, um, aka Quam Corleone, dropping the album Expensive Taste. That's about to get mixed.
mm-hmm.
Um, and then gonna be put out all DSP and stuff like that. I'm about to drop a beat tape, the second edition to I had a beat tape called Corner Bodega that I dropped
Mhm.
2017.
I was
I'm
just listening
dropping
to that today.
hmm?
I was just listening to that today,
Pretty,
actually.
yeah, it's probably my best beat tape that I put out. Um, so putting out part two to that. This is gonna be more of like a G Unit edition.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all right.
So it's gonna be a
I
lot of
can't. I can't wait to get that to my car.
listen. It's I got
Boom.
two remixes on there, so I'm saying it now.
No.
This how I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be available to everywhere DSPs, Bandcamp, but the remixes is Bandcamp only. So if you want to hear the remixes, it's only Bandcamp only. Show love and support.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to work on another project with this dude named Body Bag Ben. About to start working on that. And I'll probably choose somebody else to do a project with. I'm trying to do like 3 or 4 projects a year where I fully produce.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goal. Um, Trying to just trying to stay busy and just keep putting out dope music. Like I like putting out quality over quantity. I see a lot of dudes
Mm-hmm.
put out a project every month. And you can just hear the quality not really being there. People
Mm-hmm.
getting lazy and stuff like that. But for me, I'll put out 3 or 4 projects, beat tapes maybe in between, placements in between or whatever. But that's my goal.
So where can everybody reach you at? Shout yourself out. Give them your links.
So of
Tell them
course,
what you're working with.
you know the whole um, Twitter, IG, JR Swift. Um, that's the socials. I'm mainly on IG. Come and show love. Links in the bio. If you're trying to listen to all the stuff I got out, I got beat tapes, I got albums that I produced. All of that's in the link in my bio on IG. My Bandcamp stuff is in there. So, to show love. I'm everywhere. So, you know.
Morgan, you have anything else you want to ask?
A top 5 dead or alive producers all time.
Top 5. Man. Dilla, Black Milk, Knots, Hot Tech, A-Rap Music.
Nice.
That's my top 5.
Nice.
Honorable mention, Jake One.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nev, you have anything you want to ask? Okay.
Yes, sorry. What are some? I couldn't hit the damn mute button. I'm bugging. All right, sleep at the wheel. What are some ways to stay relevant in this game? I guess if you're gonna say this to up and coming people or just people that are in it, what are some ways to stay relevant?
Put out your own product. That's something that I was told. Don't lean heavy on one thing. And I think that was what I was doing early on, is just leaning on one thing. That's how you build your brand. Like, be active everywhere, from placements to, if you want to do this, sync placements, but placements, sync placements, beat tapes if you want to do that, projects that you're fully producing. That's how you stay relevant. That's how you keep your name going and buzzing. So when the placements is slow, you got other things going on to keep you winning. So that's how you stay relevant.
Mm-hmm. I just want to thank you so much for coming on. I don't think you know how excited I was. I didn't want to fall apart twice in a row. So
Now I appreciate y'all for even having me on. It's been a long time coming. Now Wild is organized, so I don't know why he ain't asking. He say he asked a question, but I'm like, bro, if you on my page or the other page, I ain't posting Wild long. So
yeah, you are always welcome here, no matter what you putting out. I would be excited to talk to you again and just support, because you are so fire and the world needs to know. And hey, this is a place where we give you your flowers. If you deserve flowers, we gonna give them to you, and you deserve your flowers.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That absolutely means a lot. Definitely do. Again, appreciate y'all for even having me on. Like, this was definitely dope. I like the free flowing of it. I enjoy interviews like these. Like, I hate the structure thing that be going on, but I kept it real. Y'all didn't hold back, and I definitely, y'all want me back on, I'll pull back up. So,
all right, anytime you ready, we ready. I ain't nothing we love more than talking hip hop.
absolutely. Yo, Nev, what's good, man? Talk to me.
Yeah, I got 2 more. I'm sorry. We're gonna use these as the extra. This will be the bonus for the Patreons that we don't even have.
Gotcha.
What is a career or profession you would do if you were not doing music professionally?
Man, I don't know. I probably had like an OnlyFans or something. I don't know, man.
For beard lovers only.
You beat me to it. I was gonna say something.
Morgan would be the first one to sign up. Whoop,
man, honestly, I finished going back to school for IT. I was going to school for IT. I love technology, so I probably would have finished school, get my degree in that, and probably be doing that. So I love phones, so technology and stuff like that. Yeah, I would probably be in that field if I wasn't doing music, and that's probably why I do music now. Like, people don't know producers is kind of like nerds. Like, you gotta know,
wizards, whiz kids.
Yeah, like you gotta know, like
MacGyver,
like computer specs and how fast your computer runs and stuff like that. And that's why if you ever sat and listened to how producers talk about music equipment, shit is wild fascinating. Like we'll be like, yo, but this keyboard right here give you the craziest sounds and it's analog and this drum machine, what the whoop. It's wild fascinating. We could talk that for hours and not get, or at least I can. I know quite others like that. We could talk that for hours and not get bored. Like, yo, what you think about this drum machine? This and the third. It just is fun. So I know I would definitely be in IT somewhere if I wasn't
Mhm.
doing music.
All right. Here, I promise. I kind of have two more, but I promise this will be the last
You
one.
good, you good. Do your thing, bro.
What are some of the pros and cons of being an independent underground producer, you think, versus being a mainstream producer following current trends like drill and trap and things like that?
Hmm. Um, Man, you doing everything yourself and doing it out of pocket yourself. So you may mix your own records. You may have to pay for. Well, I haven't paid for a feature. But some I'm quite sure other producers did paying for a feature. Um, just doing everything on your own, managing your own career, like you literally your own boss. So yeah, just like nobody telling you to get up and you gotta go make beats. Nobody telling you to get up to go market your beat tape or stuff like that. You literally controlling your own career. So if your career dies, then that's on you. So yeah. Hopefully that answer your question.
Yeah, totally. What's what's the meaning of success to you? And are you successful?
Um Meaning to success for me, man, Grammy. I think that's the ultimate success is getting that Grammy. I don't care if it's just one. Having that Grammy is the ultimate success for me.
More
Um,
than a platinum plaque? More than
yeah, I think
gotcha.
you got people who got plaques and doing bad financially. I want to be financially sound, like out of there. You know what I'm saying? You got people that you doing alright, you doing alright for yourself. Then you got people that's like, yo. So I want to get to the yo part with a Grammy, and
Mhm.
yeah, that's success to me. Am I successful? I don't know. I did some things successfully. I got placements successfully. I made bread, keep making bread successfully, but am I successful? Um, Knowing me, how my mind works, how I feel about things, I'm gonna say no, not yet, not yet. And that's gonna shock a lot of people, but I'm one of those people. I'm hard on myself, so very very critical. So I need like the best of the best. So I'm gonna say no. I did some things successfully, but I won't say I'm as successful yet. Not yet.
And you're still hungry, you're not like content.
Mhm.
Like you're
Oh,
like
I can't do content. I know how that felt. I don't want to be content. But what is that? What's being content? What's that?
I like that. I like that. SP, I promise. This is the last question here.
Well, it's gonna
Any
be the
advice?
last question
This is
because
the
my
last question.
computer finna die.
All right, last question, JR.
Hmm.
I think you answered kinda, but I want to see if there's any last jewels. Any advice you want to give to up and coming producers coming in the game to get to where you are currently, like a bread trail, blueprint, whatever.
Oh, she did. She
It's
did.
cool though. It's still recording, so it's good. We could record. We could edit it.
I would say, just find your own lane. Find what works for you. That's what I did. I did something that works for me. Everybody' path is gonna be different. So there's no there isn't a formula to this. Cause what you know, what works for you may not work for me, and vice versa. So find what works for you. Keep doing your thing.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Powerful Impact. Thank you so much, Mr. Swifts, for showing us what it's supposed to be like. Showing us how to do what it do.
And what it's supposed to feel like.
That's a fact.
Pause.
Already.
Definitely pause. Definitely. That's crazy.
Thank you for not finding Neville and throwing stuff at him.
Or blocking me. Shit.
Wow. Yeah, wow. But nah, again, I appreciate y'all, man. I hope y'all have a safe one.
Yeah. Let's just thank everybody for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Support the channel and support JR Swift. I tell you, every episode is okay to listen to the music, but damn it, buy some too. Buy some too. I don't care if you buy 5 songs at 99 cents a song. Just buy something. Do something.
Do something. Do something.
Yeah, buy his beat tapes. Buy his beat tapes. Buy his merch.
Everything. Merch. Everything.
Yeah. Support the artists that you want to hear. I say it all the time. Support what you want to hear and quit complaining that it ain't nothing out there. Because he's giving it to you. All you got to do is show up and support it.
And artists, buy the beats. No freebies here. No sliding scale. Buy the beats full price, full rate. Boom.
All right.
All right. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Powerful Impact. We are out. Now
we made a powerful impact. JR's making a powerful impact. You go out there and make a powerful impact. Boom!
Thank you, Morgan. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me on. I had a lot of fun.
Yo, shout out to Frank. Let me give my shout outs. Hold on. Shout out to Frank, Christy, everybody on Twitter that be retweeting our stuff. Everybody on Instagram, everybody that's been on this show, anybody that's donating for real. Like, shout out to the support, because the support is real. It has really helped us get through times when we're like, yo, it's rough. So we really appreciate that, man. And all the mothers out there, love.
And this is a dream. This is a dream to be able to even sit down and talk to somebody like JR SWIFTZ, somebody who has impacted my life without even knowing it. So what you do is important, and what you do matters. And I hope nobody ever takes for granted that the blood, sweat, and tears you put in, they truly affect other people in this world.
Start on your block, start on your city, and then start in your state, and then national and then international. Word. And shout out to A1 and Tiff too, because without A1 I never would have met JR. So that there's that. And then shout out to Boom Back Chat Crew, because without them I wouldn't have met either. Cut me.
So this is Powerful Impact. Peace. We out.